Yo, I'm Nez, and I'm dropping another review on y'all. And this time, what we're going to be doing a review of is the BAM open box item, or I should say Amazon renewed item. This is the Sony smart speaker. Specifically, it's the Sony Srs Xb501G. Now, that's a hell of a name. They should just call it the Sony Compact Smart Speaker. I don't know where that name came from or why it even exists, but whatever. This is normally when my reviews just in some type of box. This was an Amazon renewed product. So basically, someone else owned it, and for some or whatever reason, they didn't want it anymore. So Amazon inspects it, recertifies it. It's essentially like new. It just doesn't come with the box and all the papers. It comes with the speaker and the plug. And as you see, it's plugged up right now. It's plugged into the wall there. They do have a caveat, though. They said that the battery isn't 100% of its full capacity. But they do guarantee it's around 80%. So normally this speaker would last 16 hours on a charge, but 80% of that you'd knock off like 3 hours, give or take. Yeah, like 3 hours, maybe 3 hours and like 12 minutes or something like that. So essentially, the battery in this goes from 16 hours to 13 hours, which 13 hours is more than enough for what I need. A lot of times it's going to be plugged up, but if I go anywhere and I'm out using it, it's not going to need to be unplugged for more than a couple hours. So even if I go to like the beach with it or something like that, pardon me. And this is also IP65, I think it is IP65 or 66. So it is water and dust resistant. It's definitely not drop proof though. There's just no rubber or anything around it. So I will be mindful of trying not to drop this, but it should be fine in some rain, or if it gets splashed with water, or you're out on the beach, and it should protect it from dust. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look around it. Basically, there's the front of the bad boy right there. All right, you got the two tweeters there, or mid ranges. I'm not even sure. I think they're tweeters, and then you got your subwoofer down there. You got your light that goes around it. As you can see, I just lit it up. Right now, it's glowing orange in color. Keep in mind, it's changing colors automatically, and it's supposed to flicker and dance to the beat. We'll test that out too. Keep in mind, with the lights on, it does degrade your battery, so you wouldn't get in the full 16, or in my case 13 hours out of this, because the light is running. So I'll leave it on for now. This is the top of it right here. You got your battery button, which you press this and it'll tell us the battery status.
Battery, about 80%.
Okay, 80%. That's all I'm going to get, 13 hours. That's why I had it on charger. Let me turn the volume down some, because I got this up pretty loud. We'll pump it up later. You got your Bluetooth button, your mic mute button, because this also is a Google Home Assistant speaker. So when you use one of the wake words, either okay blank or hey blank, as long as it's connected to Wi-Fi, it's going to act just like any of your Google Assistants, like your Home Mini, or the same as your phone would react. It's going to do all that. So that comes in handy when you just want to play music on this bad boy, and you don't want to have to whip out your phone and look through tracks and then pair it to the Bluetooth parrot. You can, on the fly, ask it a question or play some music or blah, 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 so on and so forth. That's your light button. There's your Bluetooth pairing button. You press that to pair it to whatever. Your power button, your play pause button, volume up and down, and your live, which I'm not sure what that is yet. We're going to have to figure that out. Okay. I don't know what I like about this, and now that I'm seeing, I didn't even notice that before. there's also the light in the speaker in there. That's pretty cool. I just thought it was just a ring around the speaker, but it's also lighting up the subwoofer there too. That's pretty cool. I like that. So now it kind of looks, now that I'm looking at it, it kind of looks like a face screaming at you. That's dope. It looks like a face screaming at you. Look at that. Okay. On this side, you got your Sony logo there. Bong. On this side, Sony logo again. On the bottom, we got all this crap back here. See if we can focus in on it. You got all that stuff down there in the bottom. Bong. And then on the back, you got your port for your power port and your USB-C port. That's it. You can charge it with a USB-C, but by no means can you like plug in a wire and have some data flowing in there, like a USB dongle of some sorts, and play music directly off of that. Excuse me. I think they kind of dropped the ball on that. They had opportunity to make it like a data pass through, but I'm happy that it is USB-C, so I could do something like, because this is just a regular proprietary port, so suppose I want to charge it on the fly. I got a battery pack over there charging. I can plug my USB-C right into the battery pack and give it some more power, so that's increasing the battery life should I need to do so. So what we're going to do is, this does have an app though. It comes with the Sony. It has the Sony Music Center app. I'll open it up real quick just so you can see what it looks like. Me personally, I don't really see the need to really use this app, because just by pairing it Bluetooth with your phone or using the Google Home app, you could do everything you would do on the Sony Music app, which basically, bong, you got the Sony Music app right there. It's saying that it needs setup, which I don't know why, because it's already set up. Disconnecting from the device. Why? See, and that's the problem that I'm having with this, because like it's literally, this app is doing the most without doing anything. Music Center settings. I did set it to use YouTube Music as my primary because I have a subscription. See, this app is too finicky. Basically, it just shows you the same thing Google Home will show you. It shows you your speaker, obviously. It shows you all the services you connect to, whether it be YouTube Music, Play Music, Spotify, Pandora, blah, blah, blah. Those are your options. Some station called Deezer. And then they have another thing that they use. I forgot what it's called. But it doesn't even make sense. But Google Home, you set up on Google Home. When setting up the speaker, you set it up the same exact way you would set up a Google Home Mini. You basically just you hit the setup. It's going to locate it. It's going to find it. It's going to connect to it. It's going to connect to its Wi-Fi, then connect the device to your Wi-Fi, and then it's going to ask you if you want to connect any services to it. And after that, then you can put it in a room or in a group or whatever. That's up to you. Plain and simple. Or you don't even have to go through any of that Google Home Assistant stuff at all, and just turn on your Bluetooth and connect it through Bluetooth and use it as a regular old Bluetooth speaker, however you want to do it. I'm a little bummed out that isn't in my aux cable. It'd be nice if you can plug an aux cable into this bad boy, which that's where if the USB-C had data pass through, you can get an aux to USB-C and plug in directly that way if you choose to do so, for people who still have phones with the aux cable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this bad boy up, and we're going to play some music on it and see what we're working with sound wise. So see you on the flip. I'm going to go somewhere probably outside or something like that. So because I'm kind of at work and I don't want to blast anybody out because this thing gets loud. So catch you on the other side. Okay, sorry about that. Before we actually go outside and play some music and see how loud it gets, I just want to go over some of the Google Home commands. Basically, any of the commands that you use with Google. So let's just do this right now. Okay, Google. what is the weather out today?
In Spotswood today, it'll be mostly sunny, with a forecasted high of 44 and a low of 26. Right now it's 35 and sunny.
See, and because I have this registered at my home, it's giving the temperature in Spotswood, which is where my home is. Right now I'm actually in Somerset. So this doesn't have GPS in it to determine where exactly where it is. So no matter where I'm at with the speaker, it's always going to give me the temperature or whatever, or statistics for Spotswood. Let's try something else. Hey Google, tell me a joke.
Here's a holiday joke from Santa.
Why did the snow people go to the carrot patch? To pick their noses.
Need a tissue, Santa? Because that joke's not funny.
Yeah,
It was funny.
I was thinking the same thing. I didn't get it, but I guess noses and something has to do with carrots, but whatever. You had one chance to give me a good joke and you blew it, Google. But basically, like I said before, it functions just like, any Google Assistant. You can ask it to do stuff. You can ask it to play music. I don't really want to ask it to play music because of copyright infringement and all that stuff. So I have a custom song that I'm going to play which tests out all kinds of different sounds on this, at least for the type of music that I like anyway. So let's bring this outside and get this bad boy banging. Okay, we back in. We outside with the Sony SRS, blah, 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 blah. We're going to get some music going right quick once I disconnect it from the Wi-Fi so I can do it out here. This is going to be low, and then we're going to turn her up. Okay, that's what she sounds like right there. That's credits for the music right there. Now let's give it some volume. I'm gonna say that's probably around 60%, maybe 50%. This bad boy does knock. Oh, it's got the little flashing strobe lights on there. Oh, this is like a little disco show here. I like this. Okay, let's turn this bad boy all the way up, and then I'm gonna go back and see how far we can hear it. Oh, this bad boy gets loud. Look at that speaker knock. This bad boy gets loud. Wow. So, you definitely can have a party with this bad boy. You can definitely get the party going out here. You see how far I'm backing up? I'm all the way almost to the other end of the parking lot. So, yeah. Nice sized yard. Everyone's hearing the music. Can't ask for any more than that. Now keep in mind, when you have it, the louder you have the volume, the more it uses up your battery. So at max volume, I would say that I probably only get like half of the battery life. So right now, because mine has the 80% battery capacity, and that's getting me 13 hours, I'm still getting 6.5 hours worth of playtime, which is more than enough. It's more than enough. Maybe knock an hour off of that because of the lights, if I have the lights on. So the party at night is gonna be lit. Literally lit. So the night parties is literally gonna be lit. Like literally lit. Okay, now to close out this video, I just want to say that I will put the links in the description for this bad boy where you can get it. What I will say, this is kind of steep the price for this new is steep for what you get. I will put the new price in for this, but I will also try to find a link to where I got it from. I paid less than a third of what the actual price of this is. This speaker is normally $350, which for what you get, $350, you could get so much better, and then you could just buy like a little Google Home Mini and plug it into it. Now you got a smart speaker, and you get a better speaker than this. But this is great for what it is, for what I paid for it. I paid $90 for it, and so that's because it's a Amazon renewed product. So I'll see if I can find that link, but I'll also put the regular link in it for just in case they sell out, because they sold out like 3 times while I was trying to get it, and I just had it sitting in my cart waiting for it to be available. And as soon as I seen it was available, I hopped on it. So I imagine that because Sony did come out with a newer version of this, which is smaller and more compact. So I can imagine that people that like the latest and greatest are trying to get that one, and they're sending back this one. Not that there's anything wrong with it, because as you see, it does exactly what it says it does. It's loud, it bangs, it has a little bit of a light show on here, it has Google Assistant in there. And I think the new one has Google Assistant and Alexa in it. I'm sorry for setting off people's devices, but I think it has both. So I know me personally, I would hop on that just for the simple fact that it has both Google and Alexa in it. But I'm still not paying the price, and I believe the price for the new one is similar to what this one is. So I just went ahead with this one because I got enough of the Echo devices, I'll say. So hopefully I didn't sell that many people's devices. I have enough of those in the house and a bunch of Google Minis. So I got this because it bangs and it was a good deal on the price. So like I said before, I'll try to find those links for you and put those in the description. And hopefully you can get a good deal on it too, because it's well worth it's well worth the $90, but not worth $350. So because I have a UE Mega Boom, I have JBL Pulse 3, and this sounds better than those, and those were more expensive speakers at the time that I bought them, and I bought them new. So but this sounds way better than those. So with that being said, I'm Nez, and this has been the official review of the Sony SRS blah blah, whatever the long name. They need to work on that name for this. So I'm gonna call it the Sony SRS Bluetooth speaker. I'm Nez. Cop that. Links are in the description. And I'm out this piece.